Well, the trailer wasn't as good as I first expected. One of the poles was a bit skew-iff and wasn't coupling up or disengaging properly. But anyway, it still seems decent enough to take, better than some of the rubbish I have sometimes. So I'll just go around and do all my coupling up. First what I always do is get this pin in. There we go, just clicked in. Oh, bloody hell, it's freezing. Right, oh, a few jobs to do in here when I get parked up, hopefully decent time this evening. I'm going to need to clean that carpet. Wants a good brush, and I've got some dashboard spray. I want to just give it a quick wipe over. Right, level control, set that. Daily checks done, lights and everything, we're all okay there. Right, let's head up to Wakey, see if these goods are ready. Right, so we're up at Wakey. He said I have to follow this truck in. He's just getting finished over there, just chatting with the driver. He's done one side. I think he's last couple of pallets to go on the other side, and then I can follow him round this skip and drive up that side. So I've unclipped my curtains, ready. I've never seen so many different types of clips on one curtain. So as soon as I pull round, pulls out the front, curtains to the back, and get this load on. The guys have said that the notes they give you here are dreadful. So they've given me the postcodes and addresses of where I'm going. And if the notes are as bad as they say, at least I've already a bit of a clue. It's one of these cheap sat navs, this, but blooming heck. And I think it was only about 80 or 90 quid, so that's 30 quid a year on a sat nav. You can't go wrong, man. Oh, that looks awful. That's right in the Nottingham. You can see the M1 running down through the middle of it there, this white line. And it doesn't look like that's a junction. No. So I'll have to come off on the A52, head into Nottingham, take this Tottenham Lane, heading south, pick up the ring road, and that's where I'm going. 70 mile, just checking it's going down the M1, which it is. Tap that one there, that gives me my distance left. Yeah, there we are, 70 mile. Right, good do there. Loaded, I'm supposed to be loading at 9 o'clock, it's 5 past now and I'm loaded. Pulled around the corner and opened up, jumped back in the cab and got a 15-minute break in there, so that's spot on. Good job the lads did give me, as you can see there, that's the delivery address. Middle axle's down, so we've plenty of weight on, and off we go into the sunshine to Nottingham. Right, couple of minutes we'll be on the M1, and then it should be a good long distance down to Nottingham. Guessing, I don't know, 50 miles, maybe a bit more, which will leave us 20 to go to the destination. So, good do. Couple hours I reckon. Should be down there for 11 o'clock, tip for 12. Quite a lunch down to Hemel. 2 o'clock, tip for 3. Yeah, should be, a bit of luck, should be down at Tilbury maybe 5 o'clock, maybe before if we have a real good day. I might stop, could do a couple of slices of ham or something for some sandwiches, since I forgot to do my shopping. So yeah, should be down there for 5 o'clock. Good news so far, motorway's nice and clear. Temperature's gone up from 1 degree to 5 degrees, so it's getting warmer. I have to take my jacket off. More good news is that the distance, as you can see on the sat nav there, is 41 mile. 3.6 before we get told to move over to the right, which I think is just after the M18, and then 34 mile on the M1 before the next junction. So that's 37 miles, which only leaves 4 miles actually off the motorway. So I think we'll come off on the A52. We'll see when, once that 3.3 miles is up, when the 34 jumps into that top box. Instead of saying M on the south, it'll say the junction that I'm coming off at. So like I say, it's good sat nav. Just to show you what I meant there, look, the sat nav, it's changed over to 33 miles, has gone to the top. It was 34 obviously, but it's showing the next junction, 33 miles to the next sort of instruction, if you like, coming off at junction 25, which is the A52 into Nottingham. So and then the next one after that is a roundabout after 0.2 of a mile, which, yeah, I know where that is. I think that's the Ring Road roundabout. So yeah, 37 miles in total, 33 of them on the M1, which will leave me with 4 still to do. So yeah, nice and close enough to the motorway, I suppose. Just a mile and a half from the drop point now, a mile straight on this road, and then half a mile and we should be there. I think I've only been on this road once before, and I had to come unit only and pick up a trailer that had been stolen. And it was dropped in this lay-by just down here on the left hand side, in front of all these houses. Big cut in the curtain. It's not even a lay-by, look, it's a bus stop. And I think the buses had complained, but the trailer had been dropped there. Who'd had the bravado to pick a trailer up and then drop it there? And why there? And I don't think there were a lot nicked from it. I sort of climbed in the back and had a route round as best I could. I mean, the curtains were the worst part because they were a right mess, and I had to get it back down to Eastleigh, I think, or Southampton, something like that, and get it tipped. But yeah, I just made it, and they just signed for the number of pallets, not the they didn't check the goods, obviously, because there were potentially some missing. I'll try and show you a train depot that I used to go to called Totten. This is Totten Road, or was Totten Road, Totten Road. But when I passed it on the way in, I don't know if I'll be going out the same way, but I'll see if I can, and I'll show it you. But there's lines and lines of scrap trains, obviously waiting to be cut up or whatever. And with it being bank holiday, there's a lot of the running stock, the rolling stock, that's still in use, parked up there as well. So yeah, it's worth a look, but I might come down again another day. It's only an hour and a half maybe from home. I might come down and have a look at the stuff that's parked there, because I like stuff like that. Anyway, there's an island in the road there that's narrowing it down a bit, so I'm just going to hang back and use both lanes here. Luckily the car behind probably noticed what I'm doing. We're good in that mirror, and we're good in that mirror. There we are. The trouble is with a lot of places like this, the postcode, instead of pinpointing where you want, actually covers a bigger area than what you'd hope for, and you end up in the area but not the actual delivery point that you want. Closer than I anticipated, which is brilliant. Smith's News. Tipped in at Nottingham. Just knocked myself up a bacon sandwich and programmed in the next destination, which, as you can see, is 102 miles away. So I was 2.5 hours there probably. Just finishing off a break now. I've got another 5 minutes, so leaving at 11:30 should get me down there for 2 o'clock. If I'm tipped for 3, it'll get me to Tilbury for about 5, parked up. Yeah, beautiful that, beautiful. For those that's interested, this railway yard and the scrap line that I was on about, I don't know whether anybody is, but I certainly am. And I know a couple of my mates will be. Is just down here on the left hand side, but we used to come down here. It used to be famous. Well, it were a big marshalling yard, and still is, obviously. But yeah, you can just see the lines of locals there. There, look, loads of them, all just underneath me now. Look at all that there. I never knew that were there. There's the yard, and there's the stuff that's actually in service now. So yeah, bank holidays and stuff like that is always good times to go around marshalling yards, because there's generally not many people working, which is good in that you can sort of get round unhindered, but also good that because there's not many people working, there's not many locals working, most of them are stabled on the marshalling point. So oh, look, there's me in a train spot coming out now. My mate Richard will like all that. Typical M25 London style traffic, absolutely chock-a-block. Goodness knows where all these essential journeys are going to or coming from, but this side is packed. We're just over 6 miles from the Dartford crossing, Queen Elizabeth Bridge, and this is the state of the traffic. So, like I say, goodness knows where they've been or where they're going or whatever, but I'm damn sure a lot of them are non-essential journeys. Anyway, that's for the authorities to sort, isn't it? 5 miles till we come off onto the A13, and then 7 or 8 miles running into Tilbury. I'm going to nip down to that World's End pub. It looks like it's the road leading up to it looks like there may be room for units and trailers, but the problem obviously is if there's a load of trucks already there, then I could be jiggered. The car park itself looks pretty small, like for units only, and given the place, the spot that it's in is a bit touristy as well, I'm wondering whether some of the locals sort of make the way there and use that as a car park, especially with it being closed, so that might not thin out until later on. I'm alright for time, like, but I'd just like to get sorted. And I was hopefully going to get the drone up and have a look about, because it looks quite an interesting place. However, the wind is still fairly strong, probably too strong for the little drone that I have in the truck with me. My other one, the bigger one at home, probably cope, but this one, like I say, I think may struggle. Just move across here, but we'll see when we get there. It may die down or not. Worst thing is it's overwatered as well, over the Thames estuary, so last thing I want to do is lose it. Well, it looks like we've found the cause of the slight delay here. There's a convoy of what looks like big girders, and they are big and all. Police escort, abnormal load escort. the state of the roads here sometimes, where it bounces up and down, I'd be filling my pants driving that thing. It's a bigger that. Got a bit of some weight in there. All Ely's by the look of it. Could be good fella. 640. Snake a bit. That chain's loose and all. That third one, look. The rest of them seem alright. I'm sure they'll be okay. Seem to snake a bit, then trailers. I'm surprised how much they move. Anyway. One of the longs there, he's probably got a trailer loaded by the shunter or on Thursday or whatever, which is where they come in handy, innit? You know, you can come in on a day like today when the shunters are not working, same with 2 Downtons there, look, and pick up loaded trailers because the shunters have loaded them, whereas my guys are not working today, so I'm sat here all night. Otherwise it could be another 4 hours up the road. That's the big ship I took. I was right in front of last time getting loaded, remember? On one of my previous videos. I'll put a link below. The link below. Coming up to the roundabout here, and then I'm straight over onto the dock link. There's a lot of smoke billowing over there. I hope that's not sinister.
Taking the second exit.
Amazon.
Take the second exit onto Street Andrews Road.
Street Andrews Road, ST. ST being Saint, and the sat nav says Street Andrews Road. Well, there was a tug working there. I'd be pretty delighted actually if I got here and the tug and the guys weren't working and loading. Be a nice surprise. The size on them ships, eh? And as I've said before, all the money they're losing. Way, you rat! See the rat run across the road then? Come scurrying off the ships.
Turn right.
That's a case in question that I was telling you about, where the postcode takes you close but no cigar. As I said, I hadn't been here before, and bit of a tight squeeze getting in off the little roundabout on the end there, but as you can see, and as I feared, there's a lot already parked up. Which is what I was concerned about, but there's just enough room for me. You wouldn't get another Arctic in there, so I've probably got the last Arctic and trailer space. So that'll do. Wind is still blowing a fair bit, which is a shame because I wanted to get some pictures, like I say, with the drone. I don't think I'll be able to, so we'll have to postpone that. I'll see. May die down a bit this evening. Have a look. Right, got to fold that mirror in so that doesn't get knocked off during the course of the night. It's fairly flat, so should be able to sleep. I would have preferred to be parked on the other side. I like my head up just a little bit, but anyway, there we are. We're here, ready to go in the morning. I'll show you around. There's the pub on the end, the World's End. There's my parking spot. A couple of trucks already. I bet the ones with trailers are not right popular. taking up all that space. But anyway, people can get in and out. It's first come first serve, isn't it? Don't see any parking restrictions. Anyway, having not been here before and always liking surprises myself, just thought I'd bring you with me as I get here and see what's over this wall. Might be nothing. Whoa, well good.
Tell the truth.
Yeah.
And they don't like the truth. They'd rather you be like a little bit saucy, a little bit underhand, that sort of shit.
The tug, and I think it's a river pilot. That I don't think it's police. There's the fort. You can just see the outline of the wall there. Hell of a defence. I suppose anything coming up the Thames, they'd have guns there that could reach both sides of the river and just blast them out of the water. You can just see a couple of domes across the other side. Gravesend. So that's Gravesend over there. That's further out into Kent than I thought. See, these are something to do with the fort as well. Look how it's notched in and out here all the way along, and then it's got this moat around it to protect it. That's a pretty unusual name for a ship, and slightly not very apt. STI Clapham. STI Clapham. So there's one of the guns in the battery, and underneath, as you just walk around the corner, they're like sort of shed arrangements underneath the guns that were probably ammunition dumps or something for each gun. But there's at least 4 different types there. Look, there's one there, 2, 3, and the big one on the end, 4. And it says that the fort itself was a star shape, then a moat, and then another star shape, and another moat, and at a later date, one of the part of the ground between the moats was actually built up with earth to make it even more protected. So it was very well protected, and those sort of chevron arrangements that we passed on the way in, it says were gun emplacements. I think it said there were 12 to the east and 12 to the west, but only those emplacements survive. You can see the shape of the building. It goes in obviously there and then back out here, with the moat that's in very, very good condition following it round. Quite a width as well, you know, so if anybody was trying to swim, well, you'd have to swim to get into it. Then of course it's built up, as I said, these stretches in between, and then you can see the wood the other side, which is obviously the second moat, and that, I guess that's maybe that's tidal, in that those 2 what look like ramps going down into the water, where I said was to allow water out, may actually have been to let water in and flood that second moat. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't look like you're going to be able to get much closer than this, which is a shame really. So let's back and see what we can see, maybe around the other side or something. Probably the left that I'd have. Inside the fort, and the railway tracks have come out here. They are actually come out through this gate where I'm stood now. Come out there, look. And they obviously went down and fed the artillery that was stationed here with what do you call it? Shells. Yeah, interesting. The wind seems to have dropped here, but as soon as you get above the wall, it's blowing like mad. So I'm going to try and get the drone up and see what we can get anyway. $16.85. Wow. Saying $16.85, you probably can't even see it. Anyway, managed to get the good drone up, but it was mega windy. I took off by those black gates where I was showing you through, and as soon as I went above the height of the wall, it literally blew it out over the sea, over the estuary, and I'm thinking, oh, here we go. Then a gust took it out away from me along the line of the sea, going out towards, well, out of the estuary, out towards Dover, Kent. So I didn't get a lot of footage, but what I got is what I got. Morning again. Just the hour and a half wasted here. Well, hour and 3/4. I arrived at 6, which is when they open, and they said, oh, you're not booked till 12, so go sit in the cab. So an hour and a half later, no trucks to speak of, you know, just a couple came in and went straight through to get loaded, but no, I had to wait. Anyway, they backed me in a bay now in front of the Spirit of Adventure again, which still isn't adventuring, and they're on with loading me. So I reckon half an hour I should be loaded, another half an hour to strap up and put the corners on, which means I should be away at 7:45, 8 o'clock, which means I'm going to run straight into the traffic at Tilbury and the M25 in rush hour. Anyway, here's what it is. Right, see you in a bit. There we go, loaded Tilbury, strapped up. I don't know whether it's a new loader or what, but instead of buttoning them all up together, he's left a massive gap in between each reel, and they're the normal size reels that I get, but I've strapped them all anyway, and drive steady, same as normal, and we'll get it there safely and on time. Just collect the notes now from the gatehouse and then go and join the melee. It's 8:30, so I'd be about, maybe I will miss a bit of the traffic. It might not be that bad after all. $27 ton on. She's down to 16. She dropped to 16, 17 mile an hour over there. It's a tough climb that, but like I say, 27 ton on, so she's grossing 41, 42 ton. Yeah, made good time. Just 4.5 hours drive into here, stopped for a break on the way up, rang the lads and they want this load back at the depot, so that's where we're heading now. See what's next.